And hello and welcome to the Ales and Fails stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, the excellence of an execution, the Wolf of Brussels. And welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another week in the month that we know, April 2025, in the year of our Lord. And oh lordy lord, it's been a year. Thank you so much for being here today. Very much appreciate you. Of course, we've got our friendly furry friend with us, Churro, who decided to not be on camera. I don't know if you might be able to notice, but starting today I've got the camera slightly closer to him, which of course makes it so that he can get away from it a little bit faster. Of course, if you want to give him a treat, feel free to use channel points and I will make sure that he lands where he needs to be. But yeah, it's been quite a week, folks. It's been quite a week. Before we get into brass tacks, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about what is on tap today. Actually, give me just a second here. Give me just a second. Just heard an alert pop on my headphones. What might that be? Falco Forte, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. You just caught me as I was fumbling around with my background. I hope you've been well. I hope you had a great day. Whatever it is that you do today, I hope it was great. Thank you so much for popping in, of course. And I would be remiss if I didn't suggest to you that you should go and follow fellow community member, esteemed colleague in the business of streaming, Falco Forte, who happens to be a streamer himself. Of course, my shoutouts don't happen to be working today. That is unusual. I'll probably have to just do it manually. Let's do it live. Voila! And so Falco Forte, of course, was last playing Helldivers 2, which is a fun game. So the reason why I was fumbling around in my background actually happened to be because I was missing my gloves, and there can't be an Ales and Fails stream without the proper biker gloves. And of course, in my stupor, I decided to grab two left gloves because I am smart that way. I'm gonna go ahead and take the water sip. Thank you so much once again, Falco. But yeah, where was I? We'll just play it with a single glove today. So we are drinking something that we haven't drank ever. This is, of course, Dry Wednesday, which means that we are only enjoying a non-alcoholic beverage today. And this one is Best Day Brewing's Electro Lime. Let's go to the Ales camp to check it out. Wait a second. You actually redeemed feature. Why am I so smart? I don't. Okay. Number one, I don't know how to read. And number two, I don't know where my gloves are. Let me go ahead and just redeem that. Alright, so we've got a bacon strip, and I'm going to feed it to Churro, and hopefully this will keep it on camera for a bit. Alright, and there you go, a healthy dose of corgi butt. You are welcome and you are cursed at the same time. Okay, so what was I talking about? Best Day Brewing's Electro Lime. Let's go ahead and turn on the ales cam. Of course, that won't take away the corgi, but this is Electro Lime right here, and it says what is it? Cerca de cerveza, near beer. So it is a non-alcoholic beer, of course, and I'm wondering if that is the maybe the Mesoamerican way of saying non-alcoholic beer. Your guess is as good as mine. It's kind of an interesting can. You've got some strong yellows and some lime greens, in addition to the Best Day Brewing logo, which is kind of just like a nice orange. The interesting thing here, of course, is that as I have suggested in the past, I feel like non-alcoholic beers just tend to have very simple can designs. It's almost as if it's like they're telling you the package speaks for itself. What exactly is a Mexican lager, you might be wondering to yourself. At the very least, I hope that that's what you're wondering. A Mexican lager is basically a lager. Big surprise? Are you surprised? I hope you're surprised. The idea is that you take a lager. A lager is a type of beer, one of two main types of beers. Lagers are bottom fermenting beers, which means that the yeast sediments out from solution and falls to the bottom of the fermentation tank. What happens when this occurs is that you get a very light and crisp beer, largely because the yeast are found in the bottom, and so you don't get a lot of that extra compounds that a yeast might bestow a beer upon with. You get a very clean beer, generally almost sparkling, very light, very approachable. Flavors first. So lagers are, they're largely available everywhere. There is such a thing as terrible lagers. We're not going to talk about those. Some of my favorite beers actually happen to be lagers, something like an Oktoberfest. Now, a Mexican lager, the special thing about it, of course, is not only that it is generally brewed in Mexico, but it also adds flaked corn on it. And the specific type of corn that is added on it is actually, maize, or maíz, as they would call it over there. It's just a very rustic, very indigenous type of corn. And it gives the beer almost like I'm trying to describe it well, but in my mind it's like a lager, but you add the flavor of like dry corn husk. If you've ever kind of just grabbed a corn husk, peeled off the leaves, and then if you can imagine that kind of a texture, flavor into your beer, that's what you would be adding to it. It's a kind of a bit dry rustiness to it. Now, the other interesting thing, of course, about this beer is that they decided to add sea salt and lime on it, and my assumption is that they decided to make it as close to possible to a margarita, which of course has both sea salt and lime. It's a very citrus cocktail. So kind of an interesting confluence of flavors. Let's go ahead and see what Untapped has to say on the matter by going over yonder. Let's go turn off the ales cam for just a minute. Okay, so Electro Lime by Best Day Brewing. It is non-alcoholic lager, 0.5%, which is generally the denomination for non-alcoholic beers. Our delightfully crisp Mexican-style lager is crafted with sea salt and lime. The carefully selected Motueka hops have a unique flavor and aroma of tropical lime. Making this one citrusy brew, and that is exactly what we're expecting today. Citrus galore. Created for the high summer, this beer is our sunshine in a can. So an interesting description there. Again, they have a couple of notes in terms of the hops. I am not necessarily a hop head, so I don't know my hops one hop from the other, but it is nice when they add these notes. Created for the high summer. I want to say that most lagers are really good whenever you need something refreshing, so summer would make a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and actually drink this thing, going back to the ales can. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this thing. And here's hoping that it doesn't pop on me. Beautiful. And today we've got a can-shaped glass. because of course. And I think that is enough right there. Okay, so that is electrolyte. As you can see, it's relatively clear, crisp, lots of tiny little bubbles, almost like a champagne. In terms of a nose, very limey. I want to say very limey. A little bit of a slight graininess to it. Nothing particularly too strong. It is very mostly limey. Famanel, dear viewer, thank you so much for being here. So I want to say that there is some slight pine resin notes there. That I am assuming that those are the Motueka hops. Very light body, a strong sense of citrus, but nothing overpowering, nothing like super sour or anything like that. Just kind of like this raw, what's a rustic kind of citrus. Not particularly sweet of any sort, but certainly not bitter. It is kind of just that pine resin flavor. And again, maybe it is that idea that you kind of start thinking of something like a corn husk, especially like on the back. What is the back smell? And whenever I mean back smell, I mean if you drink something and you exhale, you smell that and you get a slightly different odor note. Very light in body composition, a 2, maybe a 1.5 out of 5 in terms of body composition. Very, very light, very approachable, very delicious. And if you told me that this wasn't, if you didn't tell me that this wasn't alcoholic, I would probably believe you. It is a very rich flavor. I very much enjoy it. I can't taste the sea salt though, but maybe it's because I'm a mountain salt kind of guy. Let's go ahead and give this one a rating. Electro Lime by Best Day Brewing gets I'm gonna say a 2.75. Actually, a 3 is solid. I actually like it. It's not bad. I'm surprised because I definitely didn't assume that I was going to enjoy this thing. And cheers! By Jove, we've got it! Beautiful. But yeah, with that, let's talk a little bit more about a couple of things before we move on to the game. I did want to suggest to everyone out there who may not necessarily observe it, but April the 6th was, of course, International Asexuality Day. This is, and I'm reading from the website, which I am showing on my little display over there. It is a coordinated worldwide campaign promoting the ace umbrella, including demisexual, grace, asexual, and other ace identities. The 4 themes of IAD are advocacy, celebration, education, and solidarity. These themes highlight the aims of recognizing and enabling the work that the international ace community and organizations do, particularly in non-Western and/or non-English speaking countries. And it talks a bit more about the celebration itself. Of course, for the uninitiated, asexuality is the lack of sexual attraction to others, or low or absent interest in or desire for sexual activities. It is considered a sexual orientation or a lack thereof. And I am reading off of Wikipedia there. So yeah, I want to say a number of folks identify as asexual, and we have to understand that that is how they see themselves, that is how they feel, that is their reality. It would be terrible for us to what's the word that I'm trying to look for here, to suggest that this is not a type of sexual orientation. And so I am certainly trying to do my best to understand. I'm trying to do my best to hear them, and I suggest you do the same thing. But yeah, I did want to just give a moment to that. Yeah, so that is it to say that. We do have a question of the night, because of the goal of today's game, Link's Awakening, is to ascend to the Tower of Hera. And so, our question of the night have you ever been up a tower? That is the question of the night. Feel free to answer it. I want to say that the most famous tower that I've been to is probably the Eiffel Tower. Though I have been to the Tokyo TV Tower before. However, at the very least for the Eiffel Tower, I did go as high as they let the normal public go to. And it was windy and cold, but it was quite a sight. And I enjoyed myself. But yeah, that is the question of the night. Feel free to answer it. With that, let's go back to The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Okay. And that is a bit loud. Let me lower that. Ba-da-da. Can never get enough of that theme. Okay. Where was I? Where was I? This is not a first playthrough. This is more of a fresh playthrough. I played this game on the Super Nintendo probably over a decade ago, and it is one of my favorite 2D Zeldas, of course. The other thing is that this is actually the Game Boy Advance version, so it is not 100% like the NES version, which is the reason why I wanted to try this one out. I've gotten 2 of the first pendants in the Light World, and of course, we're hunting for that final pendant. So let's get started. Start from save place is fine. And so the last thing that we did, if I recall correctly, is we got the Zora's Flippers, and then we were looking for one of the heart pieces that was in Zora's Domain. We also got a level 2 shield, as well as the super boomerang, magic boomerang. Let me see if I can pull it up. Forget, what is the button? Oh, okay, it's A. It's A, everyone. In case anybody was wondering, it is A. So yeah, let's go all the way back to Zora's Domain. The magic boomerang is nice in that it has a longer range, but at the same time, one of the problems that you have to contend with is that if you miss, it takes a far longer time for it to return, which can be a little bit frustrating. But it is good at stopping enemies, so we'll give it that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You know, it's funny because so my first Zelda game was actually the first Legend of Zelda. What was it? What is it called? Well, actually, it's just called The Legend of Zelda. And you know, the one weapon that as soon as I got it, I made sure to have was the boomerang. Like that was just a weapon to have, just because it will always help you stop monsters. And the reason why it was so crucial was because in that game, monsters did not actually like stop whenever you hit them, and they certainly didn't stop when they approached you, and so they were constantly going after you. And the only way to prevent that was to like hit them with a boomerang. To try to attack them without having that weapon paralyze them would mean that you would have to hit them and run away at the same time. So it was kind of a nightmare, I can tell you that. And so for this game, when I first played it as well, my weapon of choice was also the boomerang to carry around. All that being said, ooh, there it is. You found the piece of heart. So first 1 out of 4. And actually, let me find my checklist before I move any further here. And so during this game, when I first played it, I was also just carrying the boomerang around a lot. But then in later games like Link's Awakening, which is my favorite 2D Zelda, you don't get the boomerang until much, much later. And you know, you have 2 buttons, and of course, most of the time I had a sword in one button and a shield in the other button. So You definitely didn't get as acquainted with the boomerang in that game. It was also the most destructible weapon in the game as well. So there was that. Pieces of heart, blah blah blah. Okay, so we got piece of heart number 9. The next one is as we go up to Death Mountain. And of course the idea here is that we are scaling up Death Mountain because that is where the last pendant is found. Yeah, so here's hoping that you had a wonderful day. Today was, as they say, my Friday, and I can already tell that age is wearing on me simply because I kind of feel just spent on Wednesdays. I'm not gonna go through like the specifics of my job, but it is kind of this idea that I need to be not presentable, but I definitely need to. There's definitely instances where I need to be vocal on Wednesdays, meetings and things like that. And it just so happens that by the time Wednesday rolls around, I'm spent. Like the tank is empty, and I often just have to force myself to perform, and it's difficult. I get home and I kind of just feel destroyed. I wish it wasn't that way, but unfortunately the way that my job is structured just makes it so. I wonder if Maple will give us like a free sample. Do we have all of our bottles? Let me check. Oh, so we have some green medicine, which, whatever. We don't really need green medicine, but I guess I'll take it. Red is the medicine of life, green is the medicine of magic. Blue renews both life and magic. Here, taste a sample of the red potion. Hee hee. Thank you so much. And of course, if we had the Master Sword, we would be throwing sword beams right about now. Sword beams. I definitely feel a little more confident about my performance in this game now that I have a few more hearts and the shield, the upgraded shield. Got that. Chump. Nice. Yeah, so basically, I guess what I was trying to say is just that I'm just exhausted. So why am I doing this? Because I actually enjoy this. That is the reason. Surprise, surprise. It makes me happy. That is why I'm doing this. We're probably going to go in. Oh my god, my can keeps moving by itself. I should probably clip that at some point. I think it did that last time too. Where is the there? Hopefully that added a marker. I've never actually used that button, but hopefully it did. Could you imagine if ghosts actually existed and they specifically decided to manifest themselves to me by moving a can of beer just as I was streaming for everyone to see? Get over here. It's nice that these fellas only take 2 hits. 2 hits! 2 hits! These must be the top of the line Knights of Hyrule. Simply because they are fallen by a child holding a training sword. The elite force. A Ginyu force of sorts. Okay, so I think the entrance is close to here. Yeah, I think we just keep going north. North! And rest assured, winter is coming. I don't know why I said that. I felt good though. Ooh, crab apples. Whoa, there's too many of ya. Seriously, they're still chasing? Crazy. How about some hearts? Okay, and we read this sign. Danger, do not enter Death Mountain without the king's permission. Oh, well, let me go find that king. Let me find the king. You know what, I don't think the king is available. Let's go ahead and raise this rock. The rock. And so, of course, we're going to enter this maze. And let me get some fuel here. We are enjoying some Electro Lime Cerca de Cerveza by Best Day Brewing. To your health. Quick, quick. Ah, that is crispy. Corny and crispy. And really the main point here is trying not to hit anyone as we're navigating this passage. Especially the bats. Oh, wow. And that is a dead end, of course. And this is also a dead end. You know what would be nice if once you navigate this passage that the whole place lights up and you see exactly what you needed to do and where you needed to go. Okay, so this is the way here. The wrong way! And that is the other side of that tunnel. Quick, quick. Hey, it's that old man. I don't know who you are, but if you're going to go up the mountain, will you take me with you? I lost my lamp, so... Yes, let's go. Is this supposed to be Old Man Ulrira? Ulrira? You know who I'm talking about, Ulrira. And let's see, just a second here, folks. Watch your step. There are holes in the ground. Could you turn right here? Young man, are you also going to the mountain to look for the gold and power? Just ahead is a mountain full of monsters. Many people have vanished in this mountain while looking for the gold and power. I don't want to steer you wrong, so please don't get too involved in such a mad quest. So he wants us to go right. The old man is extra careful with things. Wait a second. This is a dead end. You have led me astray once again, old man. And by again, I mean it's the first time. Well, I assume maybe not left, but maybe the passage. And not there. Turn right here. You know, I have a granddaughter who is your age. The king took her to the castle and she never returned. Kidnapping those maidens must be part of the wizard's plot. I'm sure he is trying somehow to use the power of the descendants of the seven sages. Hey, who are you? And who are you? How do you know these things? Okay, and we're out. Oh, come on. What? These little rocky creatures. Oh my gosh. The missing maidens are still alive somewhere. I believe that a hero will rescue them. And when a hero comes along, I wait for that day. These are dangerous times. I've talked too much. Anyway, thank you for being kind to an old man like me. I wanted to give you this. If you wander into a magical transporter, gaze into this mirror. And that is the magic mirror, of course. This mirror is blue, clear, and beautiful. You feel like it's gonna pull you into another world. Okay, so he went that way. Where are we? So we're in the second level of Death Mountain. I did want to try and go back to that cave to see where else I could go before proceeding up the mountain. So that is what we're gonna do, even though this is ridiculously perilous with these falling rocks. Okay, so let's go back the way. Like Terry Bogard once said, the wrong way! So if we went left here, it would just be a chasm, of course. And then had we gone... This was the other fork in the road. Had we gone this way, that is just a dead end. So really only one path left to explore. That would be north here. And what is this? Oh, that one is actually useful. Okay. Well, it is... Whoa! Hello, hello, Piney. How are you doing? Thank you so much for popping in with your community. Let's go to intermission for just a moment here. And let's see who's here. Let's see who made it in. Omega Titan Shark, welcome back in that Piney. Back in that Piney raid. Back in that Piney raid. I love the peaches there. And of course, Piney, welcome, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? What were you playing just now, Piney? I know that I caught you, I want to say Monday. And I think you were playing... No, it wasn't Toy Story. It was... No, it was that game that was made by the Superman 64 people, right? That's what that was. Before I forget, anyone from my end, kindly give Pineapple Retro a follow, who is an excellent streamer, does a lot of fun TikToks. I love Piney's TikToks, so give him a look there as well. And just a very fun individual. They were last playing Retro. Yep, the Superman 64. Okay, so Cow the Kangaroo. Thank you so much for reminding me. I have the memory of an octogenarian, and I can hardly remember what I did a few hours ago. So thank you very much for reminding me. We're almost done, but it's a pain in the butt. Well, if anybody can do it, Piney, I'm sure that it is you. I still remember your impressive victory over Banjo-Tooie, which is something that I'm planning to go back to one of these days. But yeah, let me just a quick introduction here. I am Ailwolf, though most people call me Ails. I'm a retro-focused variety streamer, and I've got a corgi who decided to not be on camera, but we're gonna rectify that in just a second. Let me get a dog treat here. We've got some Purina Beggin' Strips. You'll remember the Purina Beggin' Strips commercial. My corgi's name is Churro. He is 7 years of age, and he's a wild boy. He's a wildling. Let's go ahead and toss that treat. Okay, so everyone gets a heap of corgi butt. Unfortunately, he has decided to hide his face away. But yeah, that's Churro. And of course, immediately after he finishes, he comes back next to me to claim more. You know what? I don't think so, buddy. You gotta work it. But yeah, retro-focused streamer, and the other thing that we do here is we drink ales. So today is Dry Wednesday, and we are enjoying a delicious Electro Lime Mexican lager from Best Day Brewing. Technically considered a non-alcoholic beer. Sorry for the glare over here. It kind of tastes a bit like a margarita, but it's got that corny taste of Mexican lagers, which I do enjoy. So to your health, as they say. But yeah, that is who I am. That is my shtick. Here's hoping that you all stick around. We are playing The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This is not a first playthrough. I played it decades ago. Who knows if it has been more than 1 decade? It's been long enough. Let me catch up on chat here. My memory is trash too. Well, I guess we're right there. We're right there, Piney. You'll have to let me know when you do. I'm assuming that you are talking about Banjo-Tooie. Yeah, I'm kind of alternating between that and Final Fantasy VIII. I've got a few weeks of Final Fantasy VIII, and then I go back to Banjo-Tooie. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And I think I've made it to the third world, which is the witchy world. But everyone enjoys. But he can try, but he will not get what he wants. But yeah, anybody that needs to go, of course, please feel free to do so. I don't want to hold anybody hostage. I've been accused of doing so in the past. But I do appreciate your company today if you choose to stay. With that, let's go back to A Link to the Past. Alright, let's turn on the volume here. And yeah, so this is the Game Boy Advance version, which actually includes some sound bites from Ocarina of Time. If anybody enjoyed the gem that is Ocarina of Time, of course. And first time chatter, Shay Dio, Pineapple Raid. welcome. How are you doing? Thank you so much for popping in with the raid. Very much appreciate you. We're playing A Link to the Past, and this is our first time up Death Mountain. Spoilers for a decades-old game. Eventually you make it up Death Mountain. And I don't know what these things are, but they become stones when you hit them. We could either go this way, or maybe let's go in here to be safe. At least I'm safe inside my mind. So this actually happens to be the old man's house. And the old man definitely reminds me of Link's Awakening Olrira, if anybody played that game. The wizard has deceived the king, and now he is trying to open the way to the Dark World. To complete your quest, you will need the Moon Pearl, which is in the tower on top of the mountain. All I can do for you now is comfort your weariness. Come back here anytime. Wow, what did he just give me, like a Zenzu bean or something like that? What did he actually do? The world will never know. I love this Mario game. Yeah, it is. I like playing with Luigi. That's my thing. That's my shtick. Okay, let's see if there's anything else inside the old man's house. Some money, of course. We gotta take it. If we see it, we take it. Let's move on this direction. This old man's cave is actually rather large. I suppose that if I was a person that decided to live in a mountain and somehow knew how to create caves, I would probably make a very elaborate network. Even though I wouldn't need the space, you know? Like I'd make a mezzanine, a sunroom, a basement. Wait, are we back into just... This is the one featuring Kirby, right? You know, I think that's actually Link's Awakening. I gotta say, I'm pretty sure there's a Kirby in Link's Awakening. Prepare to catch those Zubats. Gotta get that Pokeball ready. Did you all know that the first time that Pokeballs existed was the game Robo-Trek? The more you know. Okay, so I guess this is the path forward. Avoid the Geodudes. See, now that is what I call high quality tips. Okay, so this is another way out. Oh, more of this stones. What if we go back in? And we're playing this without a map, mind you. There might be some fumbling and stumbling. Stumbling and fumbling. It wouldn't be the Ails and Fails stream without some stumbling. Only top shelf tips right here. Well, that is what we pay for. Your check is in the mail, just pay up front. What is this, a secret door? No, it is a secret to nobody. Okay, so more pots. Pepper pots. You know, I gotta say, I'm getting the feeling that the only way forward was to go through that door. If I could find it again. What about this? Oh, never mind. Okay, so more rocks. I'm just gonna get hit, I guess. Oh dear. Wait, this is not... No, this is not where we came from. Where are we? This is the 3rd level, I want to say. Yeah, so we were just playing around in the 2nd level. This looks like the 3rd level. So we go up there. What does this say? Does it say danger, you will perish? This cave leads to the path back to Kakariko village. Okay, so don't take the cave. Ah! We would probably have to go up that ladder. Smoke is good. I'm assuming you're talking about the Mortal Kombat character Smoke. Very nice. Well placed. Ah! So many of these rocks. It almost seems like they're chasing ya. All of the 8 balls here. Seriously. Oh, they actually stopped, my goodness. And of course, this is the kind of location where you would need something like a hook shot to get across. We're not gonna be able to make it otherwise. It's almost like they're trying to smash you. Yeah, it's almost like this is a game and not a representation of real life. Oh, and there's a shiny thing over there. I love shinies. I love shiny Pokemon too. Wait, the shiny is gone. That is the story of my life. What's that song called? Story of my life? Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, it's so noisy. Okay, let's go up the ladder. And perish by my own petard. The game is trying to gill you in-game. Yeah, what's up with that? This is not one of them cozy games that everyone's talking about at the schoolyard. Let's go up. The funny thing is that you make it all the way to the top and you never see where the rocks are actually falling from. Get gilled. Just get the gills. I mean, I do have the Zora's flippers. Does that count? Is that halfway? We're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Stardew Valley much? Not recently. Not recently. I feel like there's been a ton of updates since last time I played it. Now we could either go into this cave, which looks like Death Mountain, smells like Death Mountain, could be Death Mountain. Spectacle Rock. Ooh, and there's the transporter. It's always like that. I'm not a Stardew enthusiast. Are you a Harvest Moon person? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you a Story of Seasons person? Okay, so we could either go down this portal or we could go through Spectacle Rock. Let's try that first. Tell the message. There are that play cozy games. Oh, no salty language allowed, folks. Let's go in here. Nah, just a play good game person. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so if we fall down, it seems like we're actually just going down a level. Nothing particularly exciting there. I don't feel like I need to backtrack here. My assumption is that once I've got what is the jumping mechanic in this game? It's like a rock. No, it's not a cave. It's a. Well, I'll figure it out. It'll eventually come to me. Now let's just take the portal. I think this is the first time that we actually travel to the Dark World in this game. See, I'm a DJ now and play some CS2. Have a great stream. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy Counter-Strike 2. I'm assuming that's Counter-Strike. I was actually, for a moment I was like, what is CS2? Alright, let's go. Wow, 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 wow. Indeed it is. Nice. That is probably the first right thing I have guessed all day. And so we became a bunny. We have no attacks. Gotta stay safe. Counter-Strike 2, but in the kitchen. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. And some strange folks over here. Hey, what do you want? Do you got something to say to me, silly rabbit? I came here to get the golden power, but I can't go back to the real world like this. If only I had the moon pearl from the Tower of Hera, then I could change back to the way I was. I've got good reason to be stressed out, so back off. Now scram! It's the number one insult I get next to you. Must be a man. I gotta say, that's a... What? Oh boy. I've got... Where was I? Whoa ho! Tumble tumble. Hey, you were turned into a bunny. The terrain in this world looks like the terrain in our world, but it's just a little different. And anyone who wanders into this land is changed to a shape that reflects their true nature. I'm always changing my mind, so I turn into a ball. But if you have a ball called the moon pearl, you can keep your original shape here. Interesting. So, I guess somebody who is undecisive just gets to turn into a tiny little basketball or whatever this little puffin is. I like puffin. So that is where we came from. I guess we're trying to ascend the mountain, and the idea is that this is Spectacle Rock. So we would have to actually travel back using that, the mirror in that specific location. And we can't really interact with the flowers. It doesn't seem like we have actually got any sort of ability to pick things up or anything like that as a bunny person. The fortunate thing is that there's no enemies here, so it's not like we really need to defend ourselves or anything like that. I wonder though, when we come back later in the game to this area, if the idea remains the same. Let's go in here. Ooh, nice. Let's see. I will soothe your... Whoa, hey, what is going on here? Papa Cloudy, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Let's go back to intermission for just a second over here. Turn off the Legend of Zelda for a moment there. So thank you so much for popping in. Definitely didn't expect that. How are you doing this fine evening? Very much appreciate you sharing your community with us. How are you doing this fine evening? Now, of course, Papa Cloudy is a individual that I haven't had enough time to interact with. Definitely, we've certainly, how to say, inhabited the same circles. And I know that we are friends with, at the very least, Hunter. And I think that's mainly where we interacted. I know that I followed you before. I have not had the opportunity to catch one of your streams yet. But thank you so much for, bringing in your community today. Let's have a peek over here. Anybody from my end, kindly give Papa Cloudy a follow. They were last playing Fiat Rhythm Final Bar Line. You know what? I love rhythm games, but I've never actually had the opportunity to play that one. It's actually on... I think it's been like on my list of games that I want to get at some point, and for one reason or another, I've never actually pulled the trigger on that one. Let me catch up on chat just a minute here. Yo, what's up, homie? How's stream going? It's going okay. We're just actually, I don't know how familiar you are with A Link to the Past, but we are on our way up Death Mountain. It is the first time that we traveled to the Dark World, so right now we're in bunny form, because apparently that is the reflection in our hearts. Would you happen to be a fan of The Legend of Zelda? I'd love to know. Doing very well. I was doing some late night rhythm gaming. Sounds like a lot of fun. I gotta say, I wanna. Probably the last rhythm game that I played with any sort of frequency was Crypt of the Necrodancer, if you're familiar with that one. Very much enjoy that. I haven't devoted enough time to it. It is very fun. Definitely different playing on the controller. Right, I'm assuming that the different ways that you could do that is either on the 3DS or on a controller. Yeah, I'd love to give that one a shot one day, if only because of the music selection. I've heard that it is actually quite good. I don't play them often anymore, but I am definitely a fan of The Legend of Zelda. Hey, if you ever want to come back to it, it is right there. It is right there. But yeah, let me do a very brief introduction here. My name is Ailes. I'm a retro-focused variety streamer. Generally, I don't do the PNG, but because it is late, I do the PNG. I also have my trusty corgi with me, Churro, and he's not on camera right now, but I will have him be on camera for just a second because I'm gonna throw a treat over his way. And Churro, what? And there he goes. Churro is my corgi boy of 7. He's my trusty partner, and yeah, he loves to have treats. He's with me on stream every time. Let's see, you love him so much already. Yeah, everybody loves him. I want to say that 90% of people that show up here are just like, oh, Churro is the best, and I'm just like, but fellas. I'm just kidding. He's a very loving boy and he's very nice to put up with me just wanting to feature him on camera. So that's Churro. The other interesting thing, or not so interesting thing about myself is just this idea that I do enjoy ales. And very much, I love to talk about the different craft beers that I have. And because today is Dry Wednesday, we are enjoying a non-alcoholic beer from Best Day Brewing. It is Electro Lime, and it is a Mexican lager with lime and sea salt, and it is quite refreshing. So to your health, everyone that came in today and decided to join us. Let's see, I was playing Necrodancer recently actually. I would love to know if you actually finished the game, because for a rhythm game it is surprisingly difficult to me. I of course am not great at games in general. That is the fails part of the Ales and Fails stream. We constantly fail at things. But yeah, that's a bit about me. I don't want to hold anybody too long, of course, so if you have to raid and fade, please feel free to do so. Papa Cloudy, I don't want to... I know that streaming is a very active type of exercise, and so if you need to go, I completely understand. And that goes the same, that goes double for anybody that came in with the raid. Very much appreciate you. Let me just catch up on chat just a second here. Wow, that is interesting. Love that flavor profile. Yeah, I feel like they decided to make it as close as possible to a margarita. That's kind of my idea. It's interesting that way, but I do like the confluence of flavors. It's actually very smooth, and it's kind of just very approachable. But yeah, let's go back to The Legend of Zelda over here. Okay. And yeah, so this is our first time in the Dark World, and let's put up the volume back, and there it goes. But yeah, here's hoping that you had a nice Wednesday. I was actually just telling the nice chat that Wednesdays actually happen to be my Fridays, and I am beat, folks. Wednesdays just take a strong toll on me, and I'm just like, I just need to cozy up on something. I just need to play something easy, which is why I mean, this game is not the easiest thing in the world, but it is definitely more in line with something more accessible, more approachable, and it is something that I played years ago, but it still feels like riding an old bike. It was good but busy. Happy Friday to you, homie. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I like to just, how to say, Thursdays happens to be my chore days, so I guess I kind of look forward to that, looking to just unwind and doing things at my own pace. there is that. And here's hoping that the rest of the work week treats you kindly, Papa Cloudy. We've got ads starting in about 2 minutes. Let's see how far I go before I have to put on the BRB screen. Honestly, I know that the next thing to do is I need to go up the mountain and use the magic mirror. But I'm trying to just explore here before we have to go back. There's only so many times in life where you can actually embody a bunny. And like I said, it is fortunate that during this pass of the game, you don't actually encounter any enemies. Because we would be at their mercy. Let's go back up and let's go back. Back to the future. And it is stormy out here. Okay, so technically speaking, this is where we activate the mirror. Let's do that, and then after that, let's go to BRB. Whoa, hey. And of course, we're just talking to little balloon boy here, who we already talked to. Let's do this. Ooh, and we are back. You found a piece of heart. Nice, nice. And let's hope that there wasn't anything over there. Beautiful. But yeah, we got ads starting in a few seconds. I'm gonna just leave my Be Right Back screen and some lo-fi. But yeah, after I want to say 5 minutes or so where I stretch my legs, we'll be back with some more The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. hello, and welcome back to the Ales and Fails stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, the excellence of an execution, the no throne Cicerone. Welcome back to stream, folks. We are playing The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and we are making our way up the tower. Not actually up the tower, but up Death Mountain, trying to get into the Tower of Hera. So here we go. And yeah, I feel a little more revitalized. I'm not gonna say that I just finished a Red Bull that I started a little earlier, but I did finish that Red Bull. And so feeling just a bit good to continue. Maybe ramble a little, as I'm a bit of a rambling fella. Sometimes I ramble too much. Okay, and so this is the Tower of Hera. And of course, one of the things that I've always pondered is this idea of why does Hyrule have a Tower of Hera? Does Hyrule actually observe the Greek pantheon? I don't know that, but it is certainly curious, to say the least. Oh, and we can't really get past this area, unfortunately, because we don't have the hammer, the big Goron's hammer. Maybe one day we'll have that. And I don't think we can go behind it, unfortunately. Nope. The tower is up here, of course, and we can freely enter it. Before we actually do that, though, I did want to just go ahead and explore this place just a bit. Ooh, and this is, I believe this is where you get one of the medallions. We can't really read it unless we use the Book of Mudora. Hold up the Master's Sword and you will get the magic of Ether. Unfortunately, we don't have the Master's Sword yet, so this one's gonna have to wait. I think that is true for every single one of those medallions, if I'm not mistaken. So that is where we came from, of course. We could go into the Tower of Hera, but one thing that I want to do before we actually embark on this is know if we can actually create one more full heart. And so, piece of heart. It's possible not to see, la la. And this particular is located in the right. So unfortunately, we will not be able to get a full heart before we get into the Dark World. So there's almost no point in us continuing over here. Piece of heart 13. Okay. So let's go to the Tower of Hera. There's no point in actually going back down. The Mountain Tower. I guess in this game they decided to actually change the name of this location. That would be my guess anyways. This is also the first time that we encounter crystal switches. And we can actually activate the switches from afar, but no need to do that just yet. You know, I would have felt slightly more comfortable if I would have filled up my bottles with fairies, but unfortunately it's not the case today. Nice, that's how you do it. What if I destroy this thing? No gain there. Okay, so we can go back down. Of course, let me go ahead and pull a hydrate. I gotta say, I'm a little bit surprised that I've got this level of glare in my can. Generally doesn't happen. Maybe it's because I'm a little too... Maybe I just need to reposition the camera. It's a bit better. Okay, so we have one key. There's a stone pedestal there. And there's blocks there. So let's go here. And I think these things are just tough to beat. They certainly act like bumpers, which means that you can bounce off of them whenever you hit them. So you kind of just have to be careful where you strike them. You don't want to force yourself into a fall. Okay. What? Oh. I guess those switches control where the chasms are going to be. And this is the Nightmare's key. And by Nightmare, of course, I mean final boss of this dungeon. I honestly don't know if there's an advantage to falling in either hole. Let's go this way. Where's my map showing? We're in the 3rd floor right now. Kind of funny when you enter a tower and the first floor that you enter is the second one. Ooh, what does this slab say? Hails, it is I, Sajrala, the Elder. I have some advice. In the dungeons, you can gaze into the magic mirror to return to the entrance at any time. Do not forget this. So I guess the mirror gives us the ability to go back to the entrance of a dungeon, which is nice. I don't know if that was always a thing. It might just be something that they decided to add to this version of the game. There's the map. You've got the map. Where do you wish to go? Use it to see your current position and the rest of the dungeon. Press L button. So yeah, this place is tall. 6 floors, 6 full floors. Fortunately, no basements. Those are always a pain in the butt. I heard a knock on the door. What was that about? The nice thing though is that the floors themselves are actually relatively small. Nothing, not too much to explore in each of them, I want to say. Ooh. Oh no. Find the switch. And move out of the way. Mobilize. Liger Zero Schneider. Ah! Do I have to hit it with a pot? Oh man. Wow. Don't drop it. Oh, it's not it? Do I have to just wait? Oh, this is madness. I hope there's like a really good reward on the other side. The problem is that we can't block those things. You basically just have to survive them, and it takes time. Let me fend these things off before I let down my guard. Ooh. There you go. Get over here, you crazy. Okay. And maybe the issue here is we need to activate these fireplaces. What would you call these? Like candelabra? You wouldn't call them candelabra. You would call them like braziers, right? Braziers. Let's use the old lamp, the one lamp in the world that uses magic powder to be activated. Oh, come on. Nice. Ooh, the big key. Like the big 5, the big key. and that key should allow us to access the final boss. Ooh, beautiful. So we're in the second. Sorry, we're in the first floor actually, and if we're lucky, we'll never have to go back here and deal with those flying tiles. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Of course I need to... Do you think I'll make that shot? Do you think I'll make it? What do you think? No. The diagonal is way too much. More like a 30-60 degree, I want to say. And let's go up. There's one part of the first floor we haven't seen. Actually, we have. It was that through that door right there. Ba-da-da-da. Can we not go back? Is there no crystal switch around here? Oh, we can't reach it. Even though I know that there's a crystal switch on that side. I know it, don't deny it from me. So that leads us down. We gotta find a way up. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Huh. Do we actually have to just go back down and activate the switch again? Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Whew. Close call. Okay, and we can go down here. I'm pretty sure that we've done what we needed to do here. Okay. So the Tower of Hera, way to remind us of what it used to be called, Spectrum. Welcome. How are you doing this fine day? Good to see you. I hope you've had an excellent Wednesday. But yeah, I actually entered this dungeon and I saw that they renamed it Mountain Tower or something like that. Something very sterile. And I'm assuming the only reason for doing that was because they didn't necessarily want to associate the land of Hyrule with the Greek pantheon. First half I had a headache, but I am better now. Oh good, good, I'm glad. Whatever it is that caused it, I hope wasn't like an illness or something like that. Headaches are the worst. Let's see. And got some work done on music stuff, so now just chilling. Well, thank you so much for picking our place to chill for a bit. Working on the next album, I assume? I'm just kidding. You also feel free not to answer my silly questions. But once again, thank you so much for popping in. And of course, anyone watching right now, past, present, or future, especially those coming from the future, from the timeline of AI with Haley Joel Osment, kindly give Spectrum Branch a follow, who is an excellent streamer, also a musician, always plays the hard games, and last time I checked in you were playing Chicory, but this last time you were playing The Case of the Golden Idol. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds like a mysterious game, maybe investigative of some sort. Feel free to let us know. Let's see, working on Space Robot Arms EP. It's almost done. Oh wow, I didn't know that you two were collaborating. Yeah, that's really cool actually. Speaking of Space Robot Arm, I used to pop in more often on his stream, but now I find that like basically the time when he goes live, I'm generally at dinner and I'm constantly like, oh, I want to say hello, but I can't. It's the worst. He's great though. He's great. Case of the Golden Idol is a mystery detective puzzle game. Really fun so far. I definitely like detective games. Excuse me for just a second. Ooh, that was quite a cough. Okay, let's go up. I can't imagine it is something like a... I'm trying to think of like other investigative games. There's Hotel Dusk, which I never played. I don't know if you would consider the Phoenix Wright games investigative. I guess they're kind of investigative. Yeah, maybe I haven't played too many of those. SRA's band had a lot of recordings right before and at the beginning of the pandemic lockdown. They're a progressive rock band, and this is a 3-song EP. I've been helping them make it come to life finally, like 5 or 6 years later. That's actually really cool. It's almost like a story of redemption, except of course there's no villains here. But that's really awesome that you're, helping him finish that work. I wonder how that will be distributed eventually once it comes out, or if it's like a personal, private thing. Anyways, yeah, that sounds really cool, and I can only imagine that he picked the right person for the job, Spectrum. Yeah, that's really awesome. Ah, these things are so obnoxious. Ouch. Let's see. The villain is time, and Cthulhu, I guess. Well, Cthulhu is always the villain. He, at the end of the day, he's always after the mastermind behind everything. So there's no escaping that one. Okay, so if we go here, that doesn't make sense. We couldn't have reached the boss so quickly. I think that's just a way forward. That's what it is. Let's see. I upgraded my distribution account to an indie record label, so it will be on all the streaming services: Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, Apple. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so it will be accessible. That's really cool. Oh, how do we get past these tiny elephants? If only I could just put my shield up and push them away. Okay, we're just gonna take the hit, I guess. Ah, so noisy. I'm guessing swinging would knock back. Yeah, you would probably just fly back into the door. You also, for some reason, you can't use your sword when you're inside the door itself. Unfortunately. You know, the one quality of life change that I would have Zelda games do, at the very least the early ones, is you should have the option to not have the beeping sound when your hearts are low. It just makes me very stressed. Okay. So many more start locations here. Let's see, and now we have the heart bob. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what Diddy Kong was dancing to when they made him go through that animation, just the hearts. How much more of this? Okay. The nice thing about the Tower of Hera is this idea that all the floors are relatively small and self-contained, so you're never concerned about missing anything, I want to say. Of course, I say that and immediately miss something. Okay. And these things are quick. It's funny because the game that I played... So, the chronology of when I played Zelda games is I played the original Legend of Zelda first, then I played Link's Awakening, and then I came back to this game years later. And so whenever I see these creatures, I don't know what they're called at all, but because in Link's Awakening they were called tail monsters, I kind of just always call them tail monsters. Just a very Link's Awakening centric view of 2D Zeldas. Bottle grottos. Okay. Some relief. No, we're still beeping. Ooh, the compass. You found the compass. Now you can pinpoint the lair of the dungeon's evil master. Well, maybe the denizens of this tower don't think that the master is evil. Oh, why did I take that straight on? He was just looking for a spare heart somewhere. And watch out for those little triceratops, they'll get ya. Fortunately, they're relatively weak. So I would assume that the way to get up there would probably be to activate these star pieces. Let's see what Sahasrella has to say. Ales, it is I, Sahasrella the Elder. An orb known as the Moon Pearl rests in this tower. He who holds the Moon Pearl is protected, and his form will not change in the Dark World. You must find it and escape from the tower. Do not forget the Moon Pearl. Okay, well, you made your point. Wait, how do we... I know there's no jumping in this game. Maybe we... Let's just leave it there. I think we just need to keep going up. Moving on up. And before I actually do that though, let me pour the rest of my beer here. We are enjoying a Mexican lager, non-alcoholic, with sea salt and lime. Which honestly I found surprisingly refreshing. You know, one beer style that I never necessarily ventured too much into were Mexican lagers. But maybe it is now that I've gone full circle and back around that I actually enjoy their simplicity and like crispness. To your health. Of course, it would be silly for me to imply that a good Mexican lager is made by an American craft brewery. So apologies for that. It is a nice style, let's simply say that. Okay. Let's head on up. We got the bumpers. Oh, what? Oh, that was wait, I just walked into it. Well, I know where we have to fall from in order to get that big chest, though. And move it. Oh, wow. These things are quick. And we can't bounce back. Okay, we might be able to make it here. Wow. Is this thing invincible? Is that the problem? Wow. Okay, we made it. And that's the next floor. These things are relentless. Reckless and relentless. And there's a portal there. Is this the hole that we need to fall through in order to get the big chest? I wonder. There doesn't seem to be a moon anywhere. Oh wait, there's a moon right there. And let's go this way. Maybe it's this one right here. Let's try it out. Nice. And we got the Moon Pearl. Beautiful. This protects the hero from the transforming effects of the golden power. Very nice. And we can just walk out. Okay, so we got the big treasure chest. We got the map, the compass. All that's left is defeating the nightmare. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to accomplish it with this beeping sound. Can I just get a fairy somewhere around here? That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? Unfortunately, none of these jars contained any hearts. Okay. Make sure to avoid the, there we go. And it seems like there's cracks on that wall. I wonder if there's anything on the other side. That's a little strange. Unfortunately, in this game, you don't really have bomb arrows. So you can't really, break them open. I feel like every single one of these just has cracks. Come over here, you. And I wonder if I can use maybe my ice rod to get these things a little easier. Where's the... I knew there was a red one around here. Did they just disappear forever? Maybe. Like Superman's father once said, maybe. Okay, let's just go. Oh. Is this... I guess we're here. Okay. Bum 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 bum. In order to actually pull this off, it's gonna have to be flawless. Like a flawless victory, as Liu Kang once said. I'm gonna save my game actually before I step into the ring. Let's continue. Into the ring with the tail monster. And let's make sure we get as many swingies. Of course, the first thing that happens is I fall down. Lovely. I really wish that I could open these containers. Maybe I need to go a floor down and maybe activate a crystal switch, because I feel like they might have what do you call it? You know, maybe this wasn't the right one. I just realized that this would just throw us all the way down. Oh, wait a second. Maybe my luck has changed. Yes. Did you know that that was gonna happen, Spectrum? Did you know? Do you have divine powers like that? Let's go ahead and catch these things. Oh, come on. And of course I didn't. I wanted to catch it. Let's try and go back down, see if that'll... I love this secret. Yeah, I totally didn't assume that that was going to be the case. I thought that I was just going down the rabbit hole here, all the way to the first floor. Like it was a quick return or something like that. Come on, just catch them. Oh, thank goodness. Keep it in a bottle. And I think we've got maybe like 2 fairies. Yes, and 1 magic, which we honestly we don't really need this right now in this part of the game, so I'm just gonna drink it. And of course I can't drink it without using some magic. Do you believe in magic? Okay, so let's drink this. And now let's catch that fairy, just in case we need it. All that being said, this fight is not about hearts, it's more about just making sure that you don't get thrown off. Let's go back up. Whoa, watch out. And let's go ahead and save our game just in case. Okay, so now Like a Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes once said, "It's game time." Oh, why don't I have a shield? Okay, get away, get away. I wonder how many hits it takes. Probably like 5 at the very least. Oof. Okay. Just gotta clear your mind of whimsy. Be like the ginkgo flower. Wow. Ouch. And of course, every time you strike it, or every time you touch any part of its body, you just bounce off. No! That was a perfect hit right there. It's gonna be a while, folks. It's gonna be a while. Okay, so let's go back up. At some point, I'll probably resort to the save states, but I think we still have some gumption with us. Oh, these things are quick. Okay, let's try this again. And you know, the nice thing would be that it kept the damage, but it absolutely doesn't. Now, what if I decided to use some bombs? Be smart about it and use some bombs. No, that doesn't seem to do anything. And of course, there's... You know what, let's just do it the normal way. Just go up, please. Okay, let's just be careful. Oh, this is... Ay, 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 okay. Like Alpha 5 once said, ay, 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 ay. Okay. Oh, and of course I go down, but fortunately I've got 3 fairies, so that's not such a big deal. Okay, and got it once. If only I had the iron boots from Ocarina of Time, this would make this a far simpler battle. Or if I had just a single ranged attack that did some damage here. I know that with the spinning attack, there's also a far greater chance for me to bounce away. So maybe let's keep it to simple sword slashes. It's gonna take the longest time, but... Oh, wow. This sword is so short. It always shows its face first, which is... Okay, what is that, like 2? I think that's 2. Wow, that was so close. Three. Is it coming? Yeah, I think it's coming. Actually, no, it's hiding. Whoa! 4. Stay away from the edges, stay away from the edges. Take the hit. Don't go to the edges. Oh my... Whew. That is rough. Rough times, rough times. I'm almost thinking I'm just gonna go for the fairies again. Just to stop this senseless beeping. And while that's happening, Nice. And let's get our buck catching net. Keep it in a bottle and then take that one. Nice. Let's go. Whoa, hey. Ah, they were ready to strike. Like the Cobra Kai. I am honestly curious to see if any of the other weapons do anything. Let me try my most exotic weapon right now, which is the Ice Rod. I don't know if exotic really covers it, but well, I'll go with it. No, it didn't do anything, unfortunately. How about just arrows? No, it just bounces off. Okay, sword it is. Now that we've got that clear. It's gonna be a long night. Okay, let's go back up. Wow, so many hits all at once. Can I get some health back? No, of course not. I was just about to fall into that chasm. Okay, so really, it's not that difficult. All we have to do is not get hit, right? Imagine that. All you have to do is not get hit. As long as I can do that, manage that. Got one. Two. Ooh, that was a wasted opportunity. And down I go. Thank you, fairy. Oh, wow, come on. They stole that one from me. I was stolen. I would like to report a crime. Let's go back up. Those two first slashes were actually very clean, though. I like that. Maybe we're getting better. I don't think so. But I'd like to think so. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. One hit down. And really, our best chance is to just fight in this little middle center of the arena right here. It is the farthest from the edge. 3, 4. Whoa. 5. Oh my... what was that? That was quite the bounce. Okay, what are the chances that it takes 6 hits, right? What are the chances? Stick to the strategy. And can we just skip through this animation? We all know what's gonna happen. Two. Whoa, hey! Oh. Painful, that is painful. Well, at the very least I can claim the fact that I made it to 6 hits. That is something. Sorry, 5 hits. And keep it in a bottle. Let's go. And let's just get going. Now really need to switch the sub-weapon. Once more into the greatest fight I will never ever know. please. Just give me a chance here. Why don't you turn around? Young man. Oh. Was it because we bounced off of its head that it actually gave us that extra hit? That's interesting. Okay, can you not? Thank you. Sometimes it kind of just feels like there's extra potency behind that ricochet. We're back to this sound. Hello, Ivan. How are you doing this fine evening? Good to see you. You have once again come during my time of greatest defeat, as I'm trying to fight this creature that just keeps tossing us off the platform. But I hope you're well. I hope you had a great Wednesday. Alright, let's do this. And sorry for all the beeping. We're beeping right now. We're in a beeping mood. And get away while it staggers. Is it bad that I'm laughing? No, I think that's part of the Ales and Fails experience. If you can actually laugh at this nonsense, please enjoy yourself. At least one of us will actually have that experience. Come on. Just don't get hit by the beach ball. 4 hits. Okay, 4 hits. Now maybe we need 2 more, or maybe we need like 28, but we're 4 hits in. Okay, we've got fairies, don't worry, just don't bounce away randomly after you revive. Just don't do it. Oh, that was so close. It just gets more bouncy the more hits it takes. And I can get no hits. 5 hits. Okay, 5. And this is where it gets super dangerous. Oh no! Okay, stop panicking like Panic from Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice! Oh my god! Living up to the Fails title, you know it. That is half of the things that we do here. The other half, of course, is Ales, and cheers to you. Thank you so much for popping in. Clearly, wouldn't have been able to do it without you, Ivan. GG, thank you. I was very much on the verge of just like pseudo raging. I don't really rage. Just raise my raise my voice to a comedic pitch. You won the Pendant of Wisdom. With this, you've collected all 3 pendants. Go now to the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword. You know that reference, Ivan. You know it. I know you know it. Let's see. Okay, so that is where the mirror is located. Now that we've got this stuff, we can actually explore the area around here. So let's do that. Thank you very much for the GGs. Thank you so much for hanging out during that stressful event. A moment of stress, a moment of duress. Okay, so no point in going in that direction. Really, what we need to do is get that piece of heart on the way down. Could you stop that? What are these things anyways? Like rock monsters. Okay, it doesn't matter. Pay no mind. And yeah, we don't have the Master Sword yet, unfortunately, so we can't get that. So we can just start jumping down and it should be fine. Hopefully we can check out the old man. I think he's able to actually give us energy back, if I recall correctly. This is not where the old man lives, right? No. But there is a piece of heart right there. How do we get that? It seems maybe from the top or something like that. A second to check my collectibles guide here for just a moment. If you hop on the side of the ledge from the spot. Oh, I think I know where it is. I think I know where that is. We need to go up. Oh no, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. Is it... This might be the sort of thing where maybe... If we go up... And of course, this is the first time that we make it to this location without the bunny form. Which is always a good time. It's always nice to keep your own body. This is one of my favorites of all time. You mean A Link to the Past? So I was just saying earlier that this was actually my third Zelda after Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. And so a lot of my memories of this game specifically are shaped by my experience of that Game Boy game. I will never like the fact that the sword in this game is so tiny. It just feels so short. Okay, let me check that one more time. Side bench. Oh, I think I know. Oh, I understand now. Okay. So what we are going to do is we're going to hop down this ledge and then go into this cave. Could you just go into the cave? I'm just like standing there while the rocks are falling. So one thing that I think I mentioned this last stream, but one of the things that I enjoy about this specific theme in the Legend of Zelda, it plays when you're inside a cave, right? And for whatever reason, they decided to incorporate this sound that it almost makes it feel like you're stepping on a puddle. And so listen. And so it's that sound that it just sounds like you're stepping on a puddle or something like that. And I have to click it every single time it plays. Okay, what does this say? Ails, it is I, Sazrella. You must somehow make your way to the top of Spectacle Rock. From there, you can reach the Tower of Hera on top of Death Mountain. So I guess in this communication with Sazrella, they still keep the name Tower of Hera, but once you actually get to the Tower of Hera, they call it the Mountain Tower. Weird. Let's fall down. Okay, where are we? Ooh, fairies. Okay, let's get the net. Get the net ready, everyone. Okay, let's keep it in a bottle. Oh, no more empty bottles. That's fine. I will just take them. And let's see. I guess this is where we were before, right? Ah, these hideous creatures. Never mind me and my poor aiming. Ah, more of these. You know I can't attack in diagonals. Only 90-degree angles. Let's just keep going. There's no point in doing this. And more ledges. Huh. Ah. Why can't I put my shields up? Shields up, iron breakers. Just keep going. Quick, quick. So we actually can't descend from there. We're just gonna have to take that shortcut. Or take that drop. At least I'm safe inside my mind. Oh, come on. Okay. And so we drop. Nice, nice. And I think we're supposed to take this path to the Kakariko village if I'm not... Can you okay, we're just going there. Ah, that's obnoxious. Let me see. In terms of looking for the next piece of heart, we've got 2 pieces of heart and 2 pieces to go for the next complete heart container. Or do we actually have more? Let me check that. No, actually, we got 3/4. I believe the next piece of heart is actually located in the dark world, so no need to look for anything here anymore. Okay, I think we're good. We might want to sink more money into upgrades though. Ooh, jars. Jersey Shore. And down this location. Oh, come on. No, the beeping comes back. Got rid of that creature. Yes! Success! And some rupees for our troubles. Well, it looks like we've got ads in about 3 minutes. Let me snooze that. Let me snooze that first one. Let's see how far we can go in 7 minutes. Beautiful. So we made it all the way down. And die, you evil fiend! Okay, cool. So now the idea is to go into the Lost Woods and find the Master Sword. So let's go get it. Let's get it. I don't know that I'm going to be able to pull it off in 5 minutes, but we're going to try. Oh no, go! That was a close one. Oh, why did I do that? Very smart, Aels. I think I mentioned this maybe a couple of sessions ago, but when I was a kid, the first time I encountered this game was from a rental store. And I remember that I started playing a game file that somebody had just left. And the file name that they had. So let me paint the scene for you. I was a Hispanic kid of about 10 years. Didn't really know that much English. And the file names on the game was Big Ass. Which my brother and I were just like quizzically looking at each other. It's like, what is that? Big Ass. Anyways, that's not really the main point of the story. The point of the story is that I remember going into the Lost Woods, and I was just freaked out by this. I was just like, what is happening? Am I playing the game wrong? Is the game trying to freak me out? And yeah, it's just this vivid memory of not wanting to be here. And I think it was a while between me renting the game and actually owning the game. Not this way. Nothing here, unfortunately. Is it through here? Nope. Maybe it's up here. We're gonna keep going deeper into the woods. Ooh, a toadstool. A toadstool mix makes powder for tricks. This mushroom smells like sweet rotten fruit. You can give this to anyone who wants it. I'm assuming we just give it to the witch. Oh, I held the R button almost as if I was going to activate my shield, but there's no such thing here. Did we make it? Is it? Are we? Ah, of course. I need my Google Translate. Totally with that. The hero's triumph on Cataclysm's eve wins 3 symbols of virtue. The Master Sword he retrieves, keeping the knight's line true. Let's pull it out. I have the power! Sahasrara's voice echoes from the void. Ails, you have done well to obtain the evil banishing blade, the Master Sword. The power that shines in it is now yours to wield. And that's nice and that's beautiful. I love it. With it, you should be able to thwart the magic of the evil wizard Aghanim. Is that how you pronounce that, Aghanim? The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, Ails. Please. And nice. I like it. I can't believe that I actually... sorry, I'm getting some reverberation here. I can't believe that I actually got the Master Sword and got the 3 pendants. I didn't expect to go that far today. But you know what? Stranger things have happened. Yeah, let's get out of here. Totally forgot that you get the mushroom here as well. So that's a fun one. That's an interesting one. Ails, help! The soldiers are coming to the sanctuary. Okay, well, you know what? I don't actually know that we have time to save you, but we'll certainly try. Ooh, sword beams. I forgot about that. More mushroom. Beautiful. And let's see. Yeah, so maybe let's go ahead and save our game outside of the Lost Woods. I think that's as far as we go tonight. Sunday night sneak, as they say. Yes, I knew that was an exit. Beautiful. Okay. Oof. Okay. Let's just go ahead and save. We're saving. And we quit. Okay. So let's go back to intermission over here. Okay, let me turn off that sound for just a minute. Let me figure things out. Let me snooze as we're saying goodbye. Well, that was an eventful evening. Thank you so much, everyone that decided to join us today. Very much appreciate your company. Of course, if sorry, I'm not hearing my lo-fi, so that kind of scares me. Oh, there it goes. So if you're interested in this kind of nonsense from me, Ails, I generally stream both Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays, I stream The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and on Fridays, I am currently streaming both Final Fantasy VIII and Elden Ring. So I can tell you I am terrible in at least one of those, maybe both. If you're interested in keeping up with my schedule and my shenanigans, feel free to look me up on the socials, and there they go. So yeah, once again, thank you so much everyone for popping in. Let's go ahead and find a raid target. Who else is on that deserves a little more extra attention tonight? Oh, somebody's playing A Link Between Worlds. Give me just a second to see who they are. You know what? Let's go ahead and raid decisions. Let's raid somebody that I've never actually raided before. Let's raid somebody that I follow, 8-Bit Tigger, who is currently playing A Link Between Worlds. So let's do that. Let me go ahead and set up that raid. Just a second here. Let me... Buttons. How do I do this? Search and filter. 8-bit. There we go. So A Link Between Worlds. It flows right off the tongue. If you are interested in having a raid message, this is my raid message for viewers, and this is our raid message for followers. I should copy that myself. Once again, very much appreciate your company today. But yeah, if here's hoping that I see you on Friday, but if I don't, have a great rest of your week and weekend. With that, as I like to say, stay thirsty, Alpac. We will see you again.